Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Get Fit with myself, Kaylee and Desiree. We are excited today to bring you guys a full body workout on the BOSU balls. Just challenging stability, so a little extra work for core and actually any muscle we're working into. They're just gonna work a little bit harder on these balls. You will recognize that the entire workout can actually be done without the BOSU as well. So we hope you follow along with us at home. I think we should get started. We will show you one time through all of the exercises we are gonna do, and then we'll kind of head into sets of them. First one we're gonna tackle is a half burpee. So BOSU is gonna go up and overhead, down onto the floor, jump back, all the way up. So same burpee you're probably used to seeing without that big jump at the top. So either stepping back or jumping back, whatever is best for your body. Carrying on like that. We're gonna go ahead and show you the squat. This one's a little tricky. Try the BOSU both ways if you do have one at home. So less stability like Desiree, a little more stable coming onto the ball this way. So just coming into your squat, best you can, quarter squat, full squat, and you'll just feel a whole bunch of work going on in your ankles, stabilizer muscles. After that guy, we're gonna move into a mountain climber, so pick up the heart rate a little bit. Hands are gonna be on the edges of the BOSU, knees are coming in towards tricep or chest, and we're just gonna drive knees through. If you wanna slow it down, it'll be more like a knee tap and a knee tap. Last one we're gonna do on here, a little bit focused for core. We're gonna go V-sit. Ooh, perfect. That's great. So that's where we're headed. We're gonna start to move through the first set. Our number is gonna be 10, so give or take. We'll start back up with the half burpees. We're gonna go for 10. So lifting up, either jumping or stepping back, full lift. Get the shoulders rolling. Good, whatever tempo works well for you. As long as we are moving, body's doing the work, taking those big, big breaths. Just a couple more here, and then we're gonna move into our squats. Get into the legs. Great. So squats, choosing your option for the ball. Lack of stability or a little more stable, putting the flat side on the floor. Keeping the core nice and tight, so belly button drawn in, sinking into the legs, and all the way back up. So really important to take a big exhale on your way up. Core nice and tight, and our number is 10. So Desiree's rocking some pretty deep, awesome squats on there. Even just taking a little quarter squat or half squat, you will still get all of those stabilizer muscles fired up, and you'll still feel a lot of work in your whole entire legs. Last couple. And then we'll go into mountain climbers, pick up the heart rate a little bit. Perfect, we're gonna go 10 each leg. So if you're working at a fast pace, counting every knee into chest, and you'll count to 20. If you're doing a slower tap, 10 each side. So pushing strong into the hands, belly button drawn in, knees drive into chest. Just about there. I'd say that's beautiful. We'll flip it over, come into that V-sit. So wanting a whole bunch of length into the spine. Leaning back until you feel that little bit of work, and again, belly button's drawn in. Be really careful in that area. Legs lengthening, body hinges back a bit, and then pulling together at center. So really feeling this in your core. Letting go of the hands, that's gonna take it to a whole nother level. Awesome, that's perfect. So we're gonna go through 2 sets for sure, possibly a third. We'll get back to the beginning, starting with that half burpee. So walking yourself through. We have the BOSU, we're carrying it along with us for the burpee. No BOSU, we're just gonna rock a burpee. Our number is 10. Give or take, choosing a tempo that makes sense for you. Burpees like rocking full body all at once. So feeling a whole bunch of things, heart's working and all of your muscles from shoulders down. We're gonna take a few more here. Last 3. Good. We'll head into those squats. So either standing on round side up, or round side to the floor. Try them both if you have one at home. They feel really different. Finding your depth, keeping your abs nice and tight, and definitely make sure you are breathing. You're gonna feel a whole bunch of crazy work through the base of your feet, your ankles, maybe into the calves, different muscles that wouldn't grab if you were just stationary on the floor. We're about halfway. Last few, feeling it in the legs. Good, moving into mountain climbers or that toe tap. So strong body, shoulders stacked on top of the wrists, belly button drawn in, and the knees driving to chest. If you can handle that heavy cardio, it's a quick, fast tempo. And if you're needing to slow it down a little bit, you just take it knee in with control, knee to the chest, knee to the chest. Beautiful V-sit coming into that work through your core. So belly button drawn in. Nice posture, sitting up nice and tall. So chest lifted. I prefer hands supporting like Desiree has them now. We're gonna go for 10. Just about halfway already. Last one. Whew. Just feel like we should probably crush out one more set. Think we got it. Let's go back to burpees. Working at a tempo that makes sense. Full body engaged here. Taking the BOSU with you. Going for 10. Legs working hard, shoulders really working to get that BOSU up and lifted. Last few with that toe tap, pardon me. So nice variation, little lighter on the joints. Awesome. We'll head into squat. Something to keep in mind when you're on that BOSU and you're kind of losing your balance, it might help to find like a point on your floor or something that's stationary to kind of fix your gaze on. And that way you're gonna be really steady there when the rest of your body is kind of going crazy. So try that if you're having a tricky time. I usually look at like a knot on the hardwood or something and just kind of fix my gaze there, or maybe something up on your wall if that makes sense. Tummy's nice and tight, and really important to continue breathing. The last 4. Couple more. Good. Move into mountain climbers. If you're following along with us, you'll be pleased this is your last set here. Third time through. So toe tap or mountain climbers, either one, we want to keep the core really tight and strong. So Desiree's pulling her belly button back to spine, and shoulders are staying stacked on top of the wrists. Body's nice and aligned. Tapping for 10 each leg, just about there. Perfect. One last time to dip into that core. Belly button drawn in, nice tall spine, good posture. We're gonna bust out a quick 10. In breath, we're opening. Exhale, we'll lengthen or tighten up. In breath, open. Exhale, knee to chest. That one will get you nice and shaky through the center. Last couple. Sweet, that was looking good. So that's nice and strong. We're gonna grab a quick drink, take a little break, and we'll catch you back with the second half of the workout.
Welcome back to Get Fit, everybody. Hopefully you joined us earlier to do the first half of our BOSU Ball workout. So we're gonna come at you again with 4 new exercises. We're gonna go through them all once, show you how to do them, and then we're gonna do 3 sets. So to start off, Kaylee's gonna do a push-up. So obviously 2 ways you can do this. You can go from your knees, or you can do a full push-up right onto your feet, but we won't do that right now. If you wanna challenge yourself, you can. And then we're gonna do what's called a glute bridge. So Kaylee's gonna put her feet on the ball and then take one foot off and push those hips up as far as she can. Squeezing those glute muscles at the top, almost a bit of a pause. Good. And of course, we're gonna do that on each leg. And then we're gonna hit those abs a little bit. We're gonna come into an extended plank position. One of 2 ways. We got 2 options for that one. So you're gonna come into an extended plank position, and you're just gonna tap that toe out to the side. So you can either have your hands on the ball, or you can put your feet on the ball. Feet on the ball is a little bit more difficult. And then our last exercise is gonna be what's called a split squat. So Kaylee's gonna put one foot on that ball and then just lunge down. So getting that back knee as close to the ground as she can. And again, we're gonna do that on both sides. And like we said before, with those first 4 exercises, a lot of these exercises can either be done with or without the ball. And you can use either side of the ball, so you can put the ball side down or the flat side down. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with that push-up. So either on your knees or on your toes, and you're gonna bring your chest all the way down to that ball, keeping your back right in line. So you wanna keep that butt tucked in. You don't wanna see that butt coming up in the air. Your body should make that full straight line. And we're gonna do 10 reps. So as you can see, getting your chest all the way to that ball and then straightening your arms. Good. Last few. Perfect. Now we're gonna flip that ball over, or you can leave it on the ball side down, and we're gonna put one foot on the ball, cross that other one right under your knee, or you can just raise that other foot in the air. So just laying flat on your back, you're gonna push those hips up to the ceiling as high as you can, and then just have a little bit of a pause at the top so you can really feel that glute activation. So you want to drive that weight from your toe right onto your heel. Good. Last one, and we're going to switch to the other side. So same thing, find that center of the ball and push your weight down right into that ball. And really squeeze those glutes at the top. Pressing those hips, up as high as you can. Making sure we're not letting that supporting leg waver all over the place. We want to try and keep it as strong as we can. Good, getting a little ab action in there, helping press those hips up. Good. Now we're going to go back to that plank. So one of two options, you can put your toes on the ball or you can put your hands on the ball. And you're just going to tap that toe out to the side. 10 in total. Keeping that body perfectly in line, not letting your stomach sink down or pushing that butt up in the air. You want to keep your back, butt, everything right in line. Good. And the last one of the set, we're to that split squat. So Kaylee's gonna put one foot on the ball behind her, keeping that knee over her toe on that front foot. She's gonna slowly lunge down, bringing that back knee down to the floor as close as possible. Now this one, you don't have to go down that far. You can just do like a half or even just a pulse. So just a little half pulse like Kaylee's doing. One more on the side. And we'll switch legs. Try to find your balance before you start this one too. Because we're in that kind of awkward split stance, we want to make sure that we're still standing up straight and not leaning forward as we bend down. So try and keep those shoulders rolled back, chest popped out. Keep that core tight, belly button into your back. You want to stand as strong as possible. And try to think of having all 5 of those toes in contact with the floor. Try not to let your ankles roll side to side. Good. So that's one set down. Well, we got 2 more sets of everything. Ooh, feeling this one, I bet. So we're gonna go back to those push-ups. So with the push-ups, like we said before, you can use either side of the ball. If you wanna work more of your back, have that wider placement, then you're gonna hit more of your upper, mid-back, shoulders a little bit. If you wanna flip the ball over, have the ball side up, you're gonna have a little bit more of a narrower placement, and that's gonna work the back of your arms, so that tricep area. Your choice. You can even switch halfway through. So bringing that chest all the way down. Good. And then we're gonna flip that ball over, and we're back to those glute bridges. So remember, you can cross one leg over the other, but if that position doesn't work for you, you can just raise that one leg in the air. Just straighten it out in front of you. Perfect. Because sometimes everybody's not as flexible, and getting in that pretzel position may be a little bit harder. So same thing, we're just driving those hips up to the ceiling as high as we can, pausing at the top. Good. Last few on this side. And then we're gonna switch legs. Good. And really make sure you got that balance point before you start. So make sure you're completely balanced and then drive those hips up. You really wanna push your weight through that whole entire foot. You see that pause at the top, pushing up, and a little stop. Good. Last few. These ones really fire up the hamstrings. So if you're starting to feel a little bit crampy back there, you can slide your butt a little bit closer to the ball. Good. Now we're coming back to those plank tap outs. So another one with this one too, you can come down onto your forearms. So if you don't want to be in that extended plank position, come down a little bit lower, and we're tapping that toe out to the side. Good. And notice how Kaylee's body looks like one flat board. That's what we're aiming for. So try not to punch those shoulders. Let that butt stick up. Good. And the last one of the set we got is that split squat. So get in that split stance, one leg behind, toe on the ball, and little lunge down. You can do that full lunge, or you can just do a quarter, half, whatever feels comfortable. And make sure that front knee isn't falling inward or outward, that you're keeping strong. And making sure to keep that upper body as strong as you can. Think about sucking your belly button into your back and standing up as straight as possible. We really want to focus on the posture on these ones. It's not so much about how low you can get. Good. So we're gonna do 6 on this leg. All the way down, try to find that balance on your foot. Weight through your whole foot. Try not to let that ankle roll. Last few. Good. All right, we got one set to go. Bear with us. We're gonna make it through. So, we're gonna come to those push-ups. So, you can either go wide grip or narrow grip. Knees, toes, whatever you'd like. Bring that chest all the way down to that surface. And 10 reps. Still keeping that core tight. Back strong. Last one. Good. And we're gonna come back to that glute bridge one last time. So get that one foot up there. Either extend one leg or cross it over. And let's drive those hips up to the ceiling. Good. And slow down the motion. So we don't want to just rip through this one. We want to control it. Remember, we're only doing 6 on each side. So make sure you're breathing. Breathe out as you push up, in as you lower back down. And like I said before, if your hamstrings are starting to feel a little tight, just scooch that butt a little bit closer to the ball. Good. We're gonna switch legs. One last time, press those hips as high as you can. And pause at the top. Staying strong, using those abs to help support you. You can also put your hands out to the side if you feel like you're kind of all over the place, help with your balance a little bit. Good. Last few. Awesome. So we're almost finished. We got one ab exercise and then a couple more squats. So many variations of this one. You choose. You can have your feet on the ball. You can have your hands on the ball. You can switch it over to the other side. Same thing, hands or feet. You choose whatever kind of challenge you want. Go with it. Even if you don't want to use the BOSU ball. Just do it freestanding. But always make sure to keep that body in line. And last exercise, we're going back to that split squat. So one leg behind the other, just the toe on the ball. And we're gonna find that center of balance. Find a point in front of you, whether it's a spot on the wall, something on the floor. Focus on that point. Good. Making sure to stand up tall, keeping that core tight. Getting a little bit tired, that's when it gets hard. Good, dropping that back knee down. We got 6 more on the other leg. So finding that balance before we start, and then dropping that back knee down. Good. Making sure to press your weight through that front foot. All 5 toes in contact with the floor. And you pick your height that you're going down. Either knee to the floor or a little half squat. Last one. Good. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed following along with us. Maybe you learned how to use a new piece of equipment. But like we said at the beginning, any of these exercises can just be done by themselves at home. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Get Fit.